Hey, it's Andy Lowe, and it's time for my song of the week, except I haven't written it yet. Normally I like to get my song written, recorded and uploaded by Thursday. It's now Friday and it's just gone 11 o'clock in the morning and I have no song. I haven't even started it. So this week's challenge is going to be writing a song as fast as I can, but filming it at the same time for your benefit. I hope you're grateful. The first thing I need before I can start writing is an idea. That's normally the hardest part of writing a song, is coming up with a good idea you think you can develop and sustain for a whole song. So I'm going to look around for some inspiration. Edward Elgar, what would you do? So I've got my diary out. I'm one of those people that still likes to use a real paper diary. And this is the poetry diary. So every few weeks there's a poem in it. So I found a poem from my diary a few weeks ago. It's called Up in the Morning Early by Robert Burns. And I really like it. And I like that title. So I think that's going to be my inspiration. I'm going to take this title, Up in the Morning Early, and I'm going to write a song with the same title. Time to get writing. So I normally like to write songs on the guitar or keys, and today I didn't bring my acoustic guitar with me. So I'm going to write this one at the keyboard, and the first decision to make is what key to put it in. Now, I want it to sound cold and a bit bleak, so I'm going to put this one in a minor key. I think I'm going to go for D minor. I'm starting off by just taking the title, the Up in the Morning Early line, and trying to put a melody to that one line with the chords behind it. I often do that, try and write the chords and the melody and the lyrics all at once. So I'm thinking something like this. Up in the morning early. Ooh. Up in the morning early. Oh yeah. I like that. I'm going to put a E minor with a flattened fifth, because it just gives it that unpleasant feeling that you have when you're up early in the morning. So it's going to be up in the morning early. That's how we're going to start. Okay, let me write this down then. The lyrics also, I think, give it a 3/4 feel. It's a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, up in the morning early kind of thing. So we've got D minor, A minor, D minor, E minor 7 flat 5. Up in the morning early. I'm going to change that. I'm going to change it, so just make it a diminished seventh. So C sharp, dim 7. Up in the morning early. Yeah. It's pretty much the same feel. It's just a bit more brutal, because it's a cold, dark morning. Okay, what's next? I'm adding a few more lines here, so I'm trying to develop the theme a bit, take the melody to some new places, and throw in a few new chords. It's nearly 11:30 and I've got half a verse. Okay, so I've got a whole verse now and I'm ready to go into the chorus, and I need to decide whether the chorus is going to be the time where it all gets worse. I mean, the chorus is the big section, so it needs to either come to a climax and sound like this is the worst day ever, or the chorus can be a contrast where things start to look up and get brighter. So I've got to decide how the song develops from here. Okay, yeah. I'm actually going to use that E minor 7 flattened fifth chord that I didn't use before, because I still want to put that in there. I like it. And we're going to hear an F major chord for the first time. Just need some words now to go with this bit. sack of a body to places where, dragging the sack of a body to places where I do not want to be. I do not want to be. In the verse, I went from D minor to A minor, which I think has quite a cold sound. In the chorus, instead of A minor, I'm now gonna use A major. So instead of this, it's now more of a dramatic. I've nearly finished the chorus. I need a rhyme now. This is where I want something to rhyme with back. This is when you just go through in your head everything you can think of that rhymes with back and try and find the word that could mean something not completely random. Sack, crack, black. Black? Yes. That's obvious. Why didn't I think of that first? It's got to be something black. So, cool. So that's a verse and a chorus finished. Let's check what time it is. It's about 10 to 12. Things start to get a little bit easier from here on out because I've got the verse and the chorus melodies and chords written. I can just reuse them. Okay, I've made a big decision about the trajectory of the song. I want this to actually finish on a positive note because normally when I do wake up and get up early in the morning, it feels terrible. But by the time I actually leave the house, I'm feeling a whole lot better. And I want to express that in the song. So I've decided that the last chorus is going to have exactly the same melody as the first chorus, but it's going to have different chords. So it's going to sound much brighter and happier. And so the second verse is going to lead us into that. Let me just demonstrate this quickly. So the first verse, up in the morning early, chains on my eyelids pull. It goes down to a thoroughly depressing G minor. When the second verse comes, the second half of the second verse, it's going to go like this. Up in the morning early, the sun begins to rise. I don't know, you could say that's a little bit cheesy, but it's going to a G major instead of a G minor, and I don't know, is that too predictable? I think it works. I'm going to use that. Rise rhymes with eyes, so I'm going to finish off the second verse talking about something to do with my eyes. In my eyes. That's it. I've got it written. It's done. I'm going to have a quick practice and then I'm going to set up for recording. Let's check the time. I think I'm doing okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is record the song. I need to set the studio up for recording, set up my mic, plug in the keyboard and do all that kind of stuff. Okay, it's time to record. That probably wasn't the best take I could have done. I reckon if I kept going, I could probably sing it and play it better. But I'm running out of time and I want to get this finished. The next thing I do is a quick mix. This is where I take what I've recorded and I just try and make it sound decent. So I'm using Ableton Live and I've got the vocals in one track at the top here. I've got the keyboard in this track. I need to make sure that it sounds loud enough, that the sounds are sitting well together, that it doesn't sound muddy, you know, just make it sound as good as I can. Up in the morning early. 1:45 and it's on to video editing time. Of course this week I've now got a lot more video to edit because I've been filming the whole process, so this could take a while. I use iMovie to do the editing and it's one of the jobs I really enjoy actually. But the thing about editing is you can't rush it because you've got to make sure that every cut is in exactly the right. So instead of watching me edit the video together, I can just skip to the part where all the editing's done and you can finally watch the finished song. Here it is, my song of the week, Up in the Morning Early. Up in the morning early, chains on my eyelids pull, dreary and dark and feeble is my world. soles of my feet growing colder like my brain, dragging this sack of a body to places where I do not want to be. My duvet is calling me back, flagging and beating the back of my hand on a door handle on the way. I'm stumbling into the black. Up in the morning early, dreading the atmosphere. All of my fears are threatening, much too near. Up in the morning early, the sun begins to rise. Morning is slowly stirring in my eyes. Breathe in the life that the sunlight is bringing. I look at the day afresh. The gloom dissipates in my head. Everyday struggles meet everyday blessings, and thankfulness wins.